gotta pray too.
No worries. Welcome, ladies, to our DreamWork for today. It's Thursday, the 27th of 2023. I cannot believe we're about to go into May, but it's my birthday month, so I'm happy about May. And there's a lot of good things that are just, I believe, going to take place this second half of the year. So super excited about it, but wanted to welcome the other ladies who are also with me. We are going to go through our sessions. We got Carmen so far and Miss Stacy shining here with me. I know a few others will be joining. Thank you, ladies, for joining. I wanted to open our conversations and our moment today. We're not going to actually do like DreamWork, but we are going to, which by the way, I guess I don't want to assume, if you're watching this replay and you don't know what DreamWork is what I have coined to be the phrase for executing whatever it is you're aiming to execute. So if your dream is your vision, your goal, your intention, then the work time is the time you put in to bring that intention or goal to pass. So I know for a lot of women, sometimes one of the biggest challenges is just getting a slice of time to focus on you and what's going on in you and what you're trying to do. And so these DreamWork sessions or huddle up times, whatever you want to call them, will sometimes be including simply conversations, dialogue. And a lot of times we will use this time to do our check-ins, our weekly check-ins, accountability check-ins, as well as circle up huddles, which is what I'm calling them now, but I feel like I'm going to change it. But so that we can learn what each woman is working on and how we can support, how we can, link one another. That's what this is all about. So, but before we get into too much more into DreamWork, today's DreamWork won't be actionary in regards to something you have to do, but it'll be more conversational. I personally know I have needed this, and I'm assuming with the busyness of life that we all just need a moment to pause. So, because I'm sure no one else today or yesterday or the day before and this week has given you a moment just to pause, we're going to take a moment, and I mean an intentional moment to simply pause. So I'm going to do it because I needed to. In this moment, I'm just going to give us a few moments of silence, and I just want you to breathe, reflect on the reality that you're here, right? That you're present, even though your day was probably as crazy as mine. My son, I'll say this sidebar before we do this. My son is about to go to kindergarten, y'all. I cannot believe this.
Oh my goodness. Already?
So I took him to the school today to do his assessment. They called us right back, and they say they don't normally, the turnaround is typically 1 or 2 weeks that they tell you if your son is approved or declined. Or the principal called me hours later, like, yes, we'd love to have him. And so I have a kindergartner. So my day has been different with getting him up, getting him there, meeting, follow-ups, social media bubble. It's just been a lot of movement. So I'm saying all this to say we are here intentionally, but we are here. We're going to make sure we're present as well. So I just want to allow y'all to take a moment to pause, and I'll even just open this up with a word of prayer. Father, we thank you. We bless you for this moment to pause. Hallelujah. We give you glory, honor, and praise. We ask that you will help us to just mentally decompress, exhale, release, and let go of any and everything that is attached to us. Oh God, anything that's straining in our mind, anything that's in our heart, any pressure, any stress in our body, whether it be in our shoulders and our waist and our back, we ask in the name of Jesus that you would just release every woman here tonight and watching by replay. God, we ask that you would just release us, God. And in this moment to pause, we just want to say thank you. Thank you that we get this moment to just take a breath And remember, we are here on purpose with a purpose in Jesus' name. So continue. Please take a moment and just pause, and then we're going to proceed. Take a couple deep breaths in and out. Let yourself just be. Like, and I know it's a challenge, but like, really, let's just pause. Amen. Amen. So we will do that more and more in here because we just don't pause. We don't pause. I know I don't pause till I go to bed and my body be like, yes, girl, lay down, please. I'm like, okay. But then I jump up in the morning like, whoop, let's get it. And I'm just on speed zone. So thank you for taking that moment to pause. I wanted to just open up to hear where you guys are at in life in general, and then also like what are you feeling in regards to what we should focus on here, because my goal with this community, and as it evolves, as people come in, which they will come in as I invite them in, I have heard feedback that I think it seems like maybe the perception that some people have is that once I did the launch, that was it. So people are not thinking. I've had a couple people say, can you still come in? And what I need to do in my next push out and share is let people know it's a community. So you come in when you want to come in, and if you want to leave, it's a community. So but as people come in, I know that the conversations, the focuses, how the intimacy angles will change. And I'm okay with that. But what I do want to do is make sure that as I'm working with each person here, that I'm providing some level of support of where you're at. And of course, since I'm at least y'all two, I work with y'all with the marketing and all that. We already have all our own little side conversations anyway. So maybe this is not the best question to ask y'all two, but I did want to hear, how are you doing in life right now? And then any feedback or thoughts of what you think you'd like us to focus on right now. So that could be time management. That could be like today, the gentleman I met with, I was really taking him through Canva. Didn't know I was going to do that, but he had never heard of Canva. He's in Oklahoma. He found me, I think, on Google. We had a conversation. He's looking for work as a designer. So I think he was more so seeking out me to see what work I could maybe share with him per se or collaborate. But the conversation went in so many directions. And I ended up showing him Canva. And he was just amazed at some of the things I could do in just like a few seconds, because I use it every day. So it's like, it's nothing for me. He was just like, wait, what? You can move that background and this, So it made me think, I need to just do a class on that. Maybe I'll do a series on the different ways you can use Canva. Hey, mommy, welcome.
Hi, guys. Hello.
Hi. How are you?
I'm doing good.
So I'm gonna put the questions up here so that as people come in, I don't have to keep saying the same thing. But we'll just go around, and if each person can maybe take 2 to 5 minutes, not too long, and just tell me just a quick update on life. So a highlight on life, maybe tell us one thing that's going good or some high point, and then one specific thing that you could use support with right now so that I can target things in.
Well, I can start. So right now, So my daughter is getting ready to graduate from the 8th grade. So that's kind of like top of the mind right now. And she is going on a trip to DC. So I spent 5 hours doing her hair last night. And just been juggling, like even this week was, okay, how am I going to fit stuff in, knowing that I had to prepare her for that. I have a research paper and an assignment for class because I'm getting my master's in theological studies. So
Yay!
Thank you. And I am getting like, I have a 98% right now, which it's a whole nother testimony. But if y'all knew my testimony about education, is like, that's amazing to me. Like, I just thank God, and I'm grateful for his grace for that. But anyway, but what I did yesterday, I was very intentional about, okay, I'm working on this event that I'm going to be doing. And I wanted to just show this to you guys because this is something that I'm doing. So for my daughter's trip, I made her a journal, a travel journal.
Okay.
So I made this by hand. And this is what I've been doing. So it's got little tabs, and I did, the front cover, the back cover, and I hung this cute little back thing on it, and it's got states and it's got her name on it. So I'm making journals, and what I have been finding is the more I put my hands to them, the more excited I get.
Mm-hmm.
And so yesterday was really a good day, just as far as getting the stuff out of my head and onto my hands. So I got on Canva yesterday and started playing with a couple of covers. So I came up with one, cover. It says his signet. And there's another one that I have that says fire tested, is based on 1 Peter 1:7. So I just was playing with different covers based on the theme that God had given me for some of the journals.
Are you able to email me those? So I can
I'll post them to you. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Because I want you to go over that so we can get that feedback. But I want to be able to project those collectively as well.
Uh-huh. Yeah. But yeah, I was just giving you a flash look at them. So this is what I've been doing. And I've really been glad, like, to even be able to do that with everything else that's going on. Because there's just a lot going on. Mm-hmm. I did a ministry event in Cincinnati that God just really moved in. And so just dealing with even some of the warfare around that, it's like, and then coming back and having to deal. So I really, like, when you said pause, like, I really do have to be intentional about saying, no, I got to stop right now.
Yeah.
I have an assignment that's due this evening, but I determined, okay, I'm going to be on here. When they canceled my daughter's tennis match, sadly, they had the guy that is over their lunchroom passed away, and so they canceled all the sports for the evening. And though that was a sad thing, I said, okay, we're not going to tennis. I'm shifting gears, and so I was able to focus on getting my reading done, so that when I go to pick up my assignment, I can just zip through it. So it allows me to be focused on here without feeling like, okay, So I think what I'm learning to do is just be flexible and allow myself the grace to stop and take breaks and just say, okay, I'm done. I'm not working on that anymore. Or to sit 5 hours and do my daughter's hair and not be anxious. I got to, like, no, this is where I'm supposed to be right now. So that's
very good. I'm happy for where you're at. And what's one area you would like us to focus on here?
I have I need to start going live. I feel like The word
All right,
is
Stacey. You know what happened last time.
and it's like double dutch, and you like, oh, do I jump in now? Do I jump in now?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
just something that I really need to go live, and I need to plan that out.
Okay, I'm hearing you. So I did do a live today. I want you to go listen to it because it's talking about shoot your shot. And in there, I talked about how there is no perfect time. Especially, you've been preparing things. Of course, there is prep time, but you're past that. You're in a different space. So I want you to go back and listen to that. But thank you for sharing. I'm gonna jump to you, Miss Carmen. Give me a quick update, a highlight from your life, and then what's one area you need help with right now that we can support you. And welcome, Teresa. I see you're here.
So for me, lately I have just, all of you know, if you don't know, I'm a health coach, and so one of my goals is to really focus on my health so I can help others. I have kidney disease, I have Hashimoto's thyroiditis, which is an autoimmune disease, probably among a few other things going on, but those are my two big things. So like literally my whole life for probably the past 10 years since I've lived in California has been to protect my kidneys. When I lived in Ohio, I was only told like, oh, you have diminished kidney function, which I knew that meant my kidneys weren't functioning optimally, but I never knew I had kidney disease until I moved here. And I was even seeing a nephrologist there because they couldn't get my blood pressure under control in Ohio. So make all that into short, I've had other things going on, and I fell off a ladder. So just trying to be more intentional. Monday I didn't post about it, but I put up a post on Saturday. I went live. I'm really trying to get out of my comfort zone. So it was just like, I don't care. I'm sweaty. My hair is not good. It doesn't matter. Like, I felt led to make a post. So I'm just really trying to be intentional with that. My goal right now is to be whole foods plant-based, which is a little different than plant-based, because with whole foods plant-based, which this is hard for me, giving up oil. I told you guys, I think maybe it was in our group chat or something, but I've been fasting from sugar. And so, that's not been that hard, but
man, can I get some of that?
I don't know. Let me tell you, my whole mindset has kind of shifted, and I don't know. I've been praying. So, falling off the ladder, like my back hurts. And so one thing in my prayer time, I'm like, it came to me like, okay, I can't say, I'm trying to get out of saying my back hurts. Mm-hmm. So when I feel that, I'll just, even if I won't say my back hurts, I might say, oh, my back. But then when I catch myself saying that, I've been saying, but I'm healed in the name of Jesus. I'm healed. So I've just been speaking it. Mm-hmm. And I've been, and one thing I never really do is pray for myself. Mm-hmm. And I've been more intentional about praying for myself, because I'm always praying for others, but I never pray for myself. I'm never asking God to help me. And I need help. I'm like, Lord, okay, I need you to help me. And y'all know I say all the time, put your oxygen mask on first. Well, why am I always asking God to help others and I'm not bold enough to ask him to help me? Right. Don't I think he'll do the same thing for me that he'll do for somebody else that I'm asking him to do? Exactly. So, man, I've been being, trying to really hold myself accountable. I had to talk to myself in the mirror. And I was like, it's crazy, but on Monday,
it works.
It does work. I had to best workout, I haven't really been working out. I work out here and there, do little things, but I really pushed myself on Monday, and I did more than, oh my gosh, then I got back on my rower, which I love rowing. I love rowing. But I got back on my rower, and I'm like, okay, when I had my talk with myself, it's like, yes, it's gonna hurt. And no, it's not gonna just hurt because you're gonna be sore. It's gonna hurt because you're already in pain. Mm-hmm. But you gotta do it. Mm-hmm. And so I'm on my rower and I'm getting it. And then I did it until, honestly, I couldn't do it anymore. So the pain was just like, okay, nope. Because I tore my meniscus in my knee. I have a sprained MCL. So I really hurt myself when I fell. It's been a year now, but that's a whole nother story. Mm-hmm. But I just really been trying to be intentional. Like, okay, what do I need to do to heal? Like, I got to do my part so God can do the rest. And so, trying my best not to, and I'm using the same words Stacey used, grace. I've been giving myself grace. Like, I don't want to beat myself up and be like, if I, don't do something I said I wanted to do, or, because let's say if I was talking to somebody else and they said, oh, Carmen, I didn't get a chance to do that. What would I say to them? I'd probably be like, oh, it's okay. But I don't say that to myself. I don't say, oh, it's okay that you didn't do that. So I'm learning to give myself grace, because I'm like, girl, for one, let's be real. With my thyroid disease, yeah, that put a lot of weight on me. But I probably make some other choices that I'm sure help put weight on me. And they didn't come on overnight, and it ain't gonna leave overnight. Mm-hmm. So just trying to be real with myself, right? Having those honest conversations with myself, like, you got to do it. It's like, no matter what, because it's not gonna fall out the sky. And I've been using my daughter as inspiration because, you see people be like, oh, I lost 100 pounds, or I lost this. I physically watched my daughter lose 100 pounds. And I'm like, if she can do it, I can do it. Yeah. And so I just think back on that, and, gradually, slowly but surely, it was like, oh, you just see the changes in her. And I'm like, look at you, and I'm like, I'm just using everything I see, everything that God brings to me. Yeah. I'm using it as motivation, because I'm like, if he did it for them, he'll do it for me. Right. And even if I can't see it, if I can't touch it, doesn't mean it's not going to happen.
Right. So good.
So that's just kind of where I am right now, working on me. Mm-hmm. And
what's your one thing?
I don't know. Honestly, I was thinking, and I'm like, I don't know what I need all the time. So I know Canva for sure. I've been working on that. I've made a few flyers. I'm like, okay, girl. So I get real excited when I do stuff like that. But like you were saying earlier, really learning all that Canva can do, really learning all the different platforms, or maybe there's other things that I don't know about, resources that may be available to me that I may need, but I may not know about them.
Okay. That's good.
So
that will help you in business. Is that what you're talking about specifically?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Like, so, I'm launching my wellness business, my health and wellness business. And I'm just doing it. It's like, I'm not letting the enemy whisper in my ear anymore, telling me why I shouldn't do it, couldn't do it, can't do it. You shoulda, woulda, coulda, shoulda did it 10.
I'm not you, and you're not, because I'm pushing you too. So
yeah,
next week, Carmen will be presenting to us at least.
I'm like,
we got 10 to 15 minutes next week. We want you to give us your. She must have clicked something. She went out, but she already know. Next week she'll be presenting what we've been working on. We just finished her website, and she has a new brand identity, and she's ready to launch. So, wow. I was telling her and Stacey, but Stacey already know the core focus is, yes, come and be inspired and charged and prayed up. But when you have gotten to the point where it's now time to share it, oh yeah, we gonna pause for the cause for that, because sometimes that's the biggest part of life. hurdle one for a lot of us is, what do I want? The discovery phase. After you get through that and it's like, figured it out, and you start working on it, you researching, and you're doing the business plan if that's what you're doing, or you're seeking God for the ministry pieces and all of that. But now it's time to tell people about it. Now we really gonna pause, because that's phase 2. That's a really important phase. So I was saying that to say, Carmen she's ready. We're gonna give her a few more days to but next week Carmen will be presenting some element of her health and wellness business with us. And my heart is that you would pop off when I told you about the shine, right? You would, but you know what? I continued on without you, okay? Whatever the reason.
Wait, look,
I was telling them
it's plugged in, but it's still died, and I was like, what happened?
Okay, it's all good. I'm notorious for my phone dying. My mom.
Yes.
I am notorious. One, I need to just go ahead and upgrade my phone. You know, I don't like paying for stuff. I like
Me either, girl. I'm gonna let
use stuff till it die out.
There you go.
So that's half my issue. But anyway, while you were gone, I was just telling we're gonna give you to next week. You don't have to do nothing long and drawn out, but we want to hear what you're doing, what's your heart, your message, and how we can support. Support to me looks like sharing a post, or just praying for a person, or buying the product or service. Like, the connections here that I believe we will make will help us continue to thrive even after we launch our different things. So thank you for sharing. You said your highlight was, I put Canva and resources. Mom, let me jump over to you. Welcome. Go ahead and share us a life highlight and one area you'd like us to focus on more specifically in the community.
I would say for me, probably accountability. If you hear me say it, help hold me to it. I'm notorious for allowing myself to talk me out of something. You know, I'll be on board with it, and then you'll have 5 reasons. Kind of some of what Carmen said. You know, you just think about why you shouldn't, why you couldn't, and why you did not. So, you know, I don't have a whole lot of things that I'm pondering. I'll say I don't have a lot, but I'm just here for accountability. Yeah, I think that's my biggest thing right now is accountability for me.
Okay, and let's go a little more specific. Accountability regarding, like, what part of your life? Is it spiritual? Is it health? Is it business? Is it, like, you don't have it figured out as to what, but is there a specific area you need accountability in most right now?
Just in general, I guess. And that doesn't tell you nothing. You know? That doesn't tell you anything.
And that's okay. Maybe that's just something for you to figure out. You know what I mean? Because if we say, hold me accountable to what? So if you say, like, for instance, if Carmen says, I have a weight loss goal, and she say, all right, y'all, because this is what's going to happen after this. We're going to start getting some things moving. And I know there's some people who haven't really been able to engage in the group. That's okay. That's going to happen. But for those who say they're here and they need these things, which is why I'm taking time to know, from here on out, we will be having accountability. So it won't always be solely just chat in person, but that's the blessing of an app. We don't have to be on there all the time. But if I chime, hey, Jackie, last week you said, or mom, hey, mom, you said last week you're going to do X, Y, and Z. Where are you at on that? Or, you know, so maybe you don't know right now, but think about
let me narrow down what I'm looking for. I guess I need to know.
And that's okay. That's good. But knowing you need accountability is still good, even if you're not attaching it to anything, right?
Yeah. So we're going to hold you accountable for establishing what it is you want to be accountable for.
That part. Yes.
I'm here for the sisterhood. Let's just say I'm here for the sisterhood. Yeah. This will be another one of my accountability groups. And then the other one is made for more. So that's my accountability group. But what's the other thing you said?
What's one area you like us to focus on right now in the community?
And then you said, what's a highlight?
Yeah, highlight.
Okay, my highlight is I start door dashing.
Which is so new for you.
It's new for me. Because I just told my daughter today, I said something like that. I'm like, I ain't doing that. And I said, Jackie, you have pride in certain areas, and it's just a side hustle. And once I started it a couple days ago, that's why I was late tonight. The last order took me way away. So I said, you start seeing that money add up, and then you're like, okay, so 3 days, 3 days down. So, but I did it initially for my granddaughter. She wants to make money, so we're going to do it together.
Oh, that's awesome.
But I'm pretty good, but I just want accountability and the sisterhood. We got prayer life, everything, accountability.
Awesome.
Hey, man, that's so good. Awesome. Treese bounced out. If she come back in, I will have her share. And so outside of us sharing that, and I guess I'll say one of my life highlights this week is that my son, Mom, he got accepted. He got accepted to the Bryce Christian.
Who gets accepted in the first day?
Cam and Pierre. The lady said it's supposed to take a week or two, but she said they had their admin meeting the same day, so they were able to grade it. Who knows if it really takes 2 weeks, but they may just have to give a time frame. Anyway, that is a life highlight that I am transitioning from having babies to like older kids and growing up. It's just unreal. I'm going through my mommy transitions of the heart. And since all y'all's kids are grown or about grown, y'all already know, but it's very new. So that's a highlight. And then what I like to focus on in this community is what y'all need, because one of the things I don't want to do is just bombard with a whole lot of unnecessary things. I think that's wasteful. And I don't want to think it's one thing, but really the people that's here currently need something else. And again, I think the needs in the community will constantly change, which is why on the back end, I'm already talking to different people who will bring other knowledge and skill set into the community, but we're moving at the pace of what's needed. There's no need to rush anything. I was talking to somebody today. I'm all about organic. I'm not doing no big plight to get 20,000 people to come and nope. Just like Marriage to Real Talk grew organically, this will grow organically. And whoever's supposed to be here will be here in the right time. And as people come in, I want to create the content, the activities, the events that focus on that group. So it will change, but my heart is to make sure that whatever is needed now, we're doing that. So that's my heart. So I didn't have a whole lot on our agenda today because I knew we would need to talk about some things. I kind of wanted to know is there anything I can do to better serve you all? Not necessarily just in the community, but is there anything that you feel like I can do or you'd like to see more of? I'm open to hearing anything on that end.
I think for me, once we tell you what we want, I think you already full steam ahead. You ready? So it's us. You trying to see where we coming from. I think, this isn't new to you. It's probably not new to some of y'all, but this is my first sisterhood kind of group in this platform, pretty much. So, but yeah, I'm good with where we're trying to go.
Okay. Because that's the other thing. I'm like, I don't want to move too slow, but I don't want to move too fast. What tells me I'm not moving too fast or too slow is the engagement. So many other people, and I know we're all busy, which is why I said, if we don't do nothing more than a Thursday night, then that works, right? I don't want to have 2 and 3 and 4 different things going on when people are not even 1 interested or 2 available. So, which is why I had community coaches that I was thinking to roll in the month of May. But right now, we don't need any extra voices and thoughts. We kind of just need to hone in on what we have right here. And as time goes on, if those said people that I've been targeting are available, awesome. If not, somebody else will be available. That's just how I look at it. So very organic, very chill, but I do want to just, make sure that we're able to track together, which is, I guess, the next thing. So accountability, that is going to be kind of our main thing. So outside of meeting on Thursdays, and of course, if you're available, it can do Tuesday morning prayer. Those are the only two things I feel like right now we're going to have on the schedule. I am going to be working on an event. I think when I do events, especially in-person events, that's when people are going to come in. That's when the people are like, oh, that was so fun. Now what's next? Join the community. We're going to be doing X, Y, and Z. That's where we stay in the loop. That's where we continue our networking. So, which is another reason why I want to have these conversations, so that if there's things that I need to shore up or think about, I'm doing that before we look up and it's like 20 people in here in one day, right? Or 50 people in a week. It is going to be a little bit different when that happens. So, and I'm expecting it to grow, but I'm okay with it growing very organically. But organic does not always mean slow. Mm-hmm. So I think once we do events and people see the heart and the message, and I can spotlight and bring up my ladies, like here's Stacy, and she is the leader of the Consummate Planner, and this is what she's been developing, and this is her story. Stacy, tell us. And then they're like, oh, so Stacy is the person in our community that if I develop my brand like Carmen, and I want to put my logo on a custom made design, right? I'm getting chills talking about this. I want to put my logo on a custom made planner for my administrative assistant. I don't have to go anywhere. I can call Stacy. We just connect everybody all up together. And once people see the heart and the love and all of that, it's going to grow. So that's why I want to make sure that at the foundation, the communication is clear, and that, if there's things I can shore up, I will. So is there any other feedback? Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I did have something. So I think the thing that is kind of like a, I guess you would call it a need that I have, is just developing some confidence and competence around all this digital stuff. Mm-hmm. And I have kind of like a working knowledge, and some things I can get on and kind of, navigate. But it's the technology is moving so quickly, and things like, developing email lists, and, whether to get on LinkedIn versus YouTube, which I kind of have an idea of how I want to do it, because not only do I have like Consummate Planner, there are messages that the Lord has for me, and my book is going to be coming out soon. And so it's like I have to navigate these different places, and I don't want to pick myself apart, you know what I mean? But they are, there's different things the Lord is having me to do, and I need to know how to navigate technology in order to do that. So that's one of the things I think if I know that you're really good at, and others as well, if we can have, it doesn't even have to be training. It could be principles or tips, things that can kind of help, like I said, navigate.
Okay, that's good. I think we'll have to add like trainings to the community. So then maybe we do not just business stuff, but Mom, I think you would do good at training home care, or how, tips on developing your family, or where I can be a speaking piece, but my goal for this, y'all, is that when people come in here, they see everybody talking. Mm-hmm. You see me maybe primarily because I'm the brain and I'm the content one and I'm doing all of that, but as it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, we see Stacy talking. We see Carmen. Of course, if you want to, there's no, well, I can't say that. Some of y'all gonna get pushed up out of here. I just gonna take that back.
Know how you
everybody I work with, you eventually gonna do something you don't want to do, and then you will see, oh my gosh, That was just amazing. I can't believe I did it. I did it. Like, I can do that again. Like, so, with tips and trainings, that's something we'll start working on for May. So I may just make a separate category under one of I don't want to make too many places. Do y'all feel like the layout there's too many groupings, or do you feel like it's easy to flow through? I'm trying to keep things concise as much as possible.
Sometimes I don't know where to look, but everything that pops up off of the site pops into my emails. So once I tap my email, that kind of takes me to that place.
Okay.
But sometimes I didn't know where to look for something.
Okay. That's
yeah,
good
but my
feedback.
email is the easiest place for me.
Okay. That's good feedback. I'm going to screen share this real quick while we're talking. Anybody else have any feedback on that?
For me, I wanted to know, because I have it on the app on my phone. I have the app on my iPad, but I wanted to get it on my computer. But when I went to try to go to the app store, like, I couldn't even find the app.
Yeah, it's not on the desktop. There's no app. You would just go to the website, visiondefinewomen.com, and sign in.
Oh, got it.
Yep. So if I'm on a computer, it looks like this. On the computer, you can see it a little more concisely, right? So we got the getting started area. Then we got the Let's Thrive, which is the different breakouts. Then we have resources. And then community coaches. These ladies are going to be coming in the near future. Like I said, I'm thinking about it right now. We don't need that, but every now and then I will add a person or two. I don't plan on this list growing to too many, but as a community grows, each of these people will basically have their own little docket that you can go into. And if my area is specifically design and marketing, you'll see my events and be able to chat within this one umbrella. So in a way, as much as I'm trying to keep it concise, just like a network grows and grows arms, this will eventually grow out. And for some people, they may just come here for one or two things, right? Well, other people, it's very similar to Facebook. Facebook has so many arms to it. If you probably see the back end of it, it probably has a bazillion threads, right? Of all the pages and all the focuses. But here for us, once you get done through the getting started, with the exception of our Hey Girl Hey, which used to be our homepage, we just kind of switched it so that it's the ongoing conversation piece that I'm dropping stuff in. But you all, I want to throw this out. If you ever have a thought, suggestion, or just want to say something, good morning. Hey, I seen this, ladies. What do you think about this? Or I'm working on this. Please, this is y'all's community. Please drop it in. I have updated these settings so that you can do a poll. You can do multiple choice, or what y'all seen that other week was the hot code, where you just ask a question and people can say, oh, I'm hot on that, or I'm cold on that. And then there's a percentage option. But that's the Hey Girl Hey. But outside of that, once you've come in, completed these steps here, I did add a community tour. So I don't have to show people the same thing over and over and over. Oh, what did I do? So, and if you haven't seen this, check it out. I think it's 10 minutes long. It's me showing you all the ins and outs of the community, similar to what I'm doing right now. But once you get done with getting started, you're not really needing to focus on that at all, because you've already done this stuff, except for Hey Girl Hey. The Let's Thrive is the area I think is going to probably grow arms the most. So for instance, if we add trainings, right, it'll be a training section in here. If we add something else, this will be kind of the main part that will grow out. Vision defined conversations. I've always wanted to do a podcast, and here recently I felt like shoot my shot. If I'm already doing conversations, don't do a podcast later. Start taking these current conversations and flip them into a podcast. So podcast is not started just yet, but this first conversation that's happening this week with a suicide surviving mother. Her daughter was, I think, 13, Mom?
I think so.
I think she was 13. She committed suicide about 6 months ago. Her mother, Marla, is in a place where she wants to speak out and educate families, parents, Black race, all of that. And so my thinking initially was, let me just find a way to share this. And I was like, no, Amber, everything you do right now in this season of your life needs to be intentional. It needs to fit within what you're already doing. So that's when I said, well, we're going to start Vision Defined Women Conversations. She's going to be the first of many conversations we have here. I will export these files into a different platform and create my podcast from that. So the conversations will be, I think they're just going to be community conversations with inspiration. So some of y'all will be asked to be a part of that. People that I know on the outside, people I don't know, like the gentleman I talked to today who found me on Google. And our whole conversation was so fun. White guy who I would have never thought would want to connect with me. But he was super cool. And at the end of the conversation, he was like, I should have met you sooner. I was like, wow, this is fun. So anyway, this will just be an ongoing conversation piece that invites people into thought-provoking, inspirational conversations, and also always tag people to learn more about the heart of Vision Defined Women. So that's Let's Thrive. And then we talked about the other ones. And then Carmen, you and Stacy should still have access to this, right? Can y'all still see this on your side?
Yeah, I think so. Wait, let me come back in.
The previous people who were in Thrive on Purpose should have access to that. Everybody else who's coming in who was not won't see this in your options, or at least you shouldn't. So yeah. Okay, you see it. Okay, cool. So that's really the 1, 2, 3. It's 3 categories now. When we open up community coaches, there'll be 4. But that's how you should navigate through. If you're ever not sure, just click through. In short, after you've completed getting started, you really should just be in the Let's Thrive. And as far as our actual activities, it's the DreamWork. And today we're going to really quickly run through. We're going to create tabs for each woman here. The other ladies, I'll add them after I get to talk with them. But we're going to do this real quick in real time. This is going to be where we hold each other accountable, okay? So at the top it says, throw out all fears, doubts, and apprehensions. Set your goals, be accountable, thrive on purpose. And so what we did in the pilot was each person had their own tab, okay? Each week, whether we see each other live in this meeting time, or you're too busy, you don't make the meeting, but you need to at least chime in once a week to let us know where you're at on different things. So I'm just going to put names in here right now. What do I want to call this? What did we call it last time? Was it homework? I think it was homework.
Yeah, homework.
Well, do I want to call it homework? What's another good name for y'all's log? I'll just say Carmen's log. Carmen's accountability log. Okay. I will go back and put a picture or something so it's easy for you to find it. And the goal is that each person will be held accountable using this here. Oops, what am I doing? Any specific thing anybody needs to be held accountable for right now?
What are we putting in there, Amber? I'm sorry.
I'm gonna put it in here.
Oh, you're putting it in there. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So in your case, this is what it's going to look like. So in Jackie's accountability log, we're going to say you need to identify what areas of your life or area you'd like the Vision Defined Women community to hold you accountable. And boom. Let's say that right. You need to identify what areas of your life you like the Vision hold you accountable.
Okay.
And we're gonna say bye. So our SMART goals always have a deadline or some kind of time frame. So bye. How much time we giving her, ladies? You say a week or two? A week?
Yeah, we could say I'm going on vacation from the 7th to the 10th. So let's say when I come back. Yeah, the 7th is next Sunday. So
Okay.
that'll be the 11th when the next meeting.
So by May 11th.
Yeah, the next meeting.
Now,
Yeah,
what I love about this is I'm not the only one going to be looking at these and hearing these. So we all going to be reminding each other, hey, Jackie, so how you doing on that? That's what this is for. That's why it's not private to just me. Now, if there are some confidential things you do not want to be seen here, please just email me, text me. Everybody here, at least at this point, has my personal information, or use your chat. That's what we'll say. So my email is not on crazy mode. It's already on crazy mode. But please, if you have something personal to say, come up here and just send me a personal chat. Let me see my other one. But yeah, send me a personal chat so that I can see that.
Okay.
And then for those particular things that you don't want made public, we will correspond and keep an eye on the side. But for the most part, anything that's general, I'm juicing this week, I want to juice 2 days a week, that kind of stuff. Let's just keep it right here because it helps me to be able to, with a click of a button, be able to, on my available times, scroll down and do check-ins. That's what I did last time. Okay. So I'm gonna do yours, Stacy, and then everybody else's I'll come back to. We're about to wrap up. Any thoughts, suggestions, and is there anything you want to be held accountable for right now, Stacy? No? Did you say no? I just muted.
Sorry, I'm steady talking. No, I said going live.
Okay, so you're gonna go live. And is this the go live we talked about in regard to sharing that you're gonna be at the Black Expo and that is that what we're doing or something else?
No, God has a message that I have to release.
Okay.
So but I think in doing that, it will help me with that going live because I feel like, let's put it like this. I feel like there's this introduction of myself that I believe that part of the message has to do with me and who I am and what God is releasing me to do. And I think that will be the place where going live and saying, hey, this is what I'm doing is going to give people this idea of who this
I see.
So it's almost like there's a message, and I guess I would call it a testimony. Like I feel like the Lord is pushing me out there with a testimony, and that will, kind of introduce me to, this is who I am and this is what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah, I love it. That makes sense. That's good. So when are you going to do your live? What time?
Sunday at 9:00.
I'm going to make sure I'm going to put me on.
I love it.
And it's random, but it's really not. Like, it's April 30th. It's right before May, and it is like, it's like to kick off May because I really
okay. Then what I'm gonna say is, any lady who is available, and I know that's super early your time, Carmen, But any lady who is available, please find Stacy online and let's support her. Even if that is me watching the replay.
It's gonna be 9 at night, 9 o'clock at night.
Oh, okay. So 9 at night, that's even better. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that.
And it'll only be for like 15 minutes. It's not gonna be like this long.
That's all right.
Yeah,
Now wait. So let me ask this right quick. So you're gonna get on live on what platform?
On Facebook.
Facebook. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I need to, okay. So we're gonna have. I don't know if I'm friends with you on Facebook. We're gonna have to.
Yeah.
I gotta send you a friend.
I'm gonna put her link in her homework tab, her accountability tab as well. So that's very good. That's realistic, and we will look to see that be done by next Sunday. Very good. Miss Carmen, anything that we need to put on your tab right now?
You know, I don't want to, but I'm gonna put something in there. Let's go for Saturday. Ooh, but I don't know what time. Do I have to have a time?
Or if you don't have it now, when will you have the time?
No. Like, do I have to tell a specific time?
No.
Okay. So Saturday, I'm gonna go live. I will do it on Instagram and Facebook, but I don't know what time. I don't want to say a time and then.
That's okay. We just gonna say Saturday.
Yeah.
That is at the 29th, April 29th.
Yes.
Go live.
And I will. I don't know. I need to get my thoughts together, but I guess maybe give a little premise of what's to come, because I've been saying, you know, not that I've posted a lot, but the last few videos I've said something big is coming. So maybe I'll say something to that fact.
And do you need help figuring out what to say and how to say it? Is that what you're...
Probably, but you know.
Y'all hear that high pitch?
If we're keeping it 100, probably.
Okay, we'll talk offline along with the other stuff, but we at least got this Saturday. We gonna get a live. Now, what I need y'all to do is when your live is over, please come into your accountability tab and drop your link.
Ooh, I don't know how to do that, but okay.
Okay, so let me show you. I'm gonna show you. It's very easy. It's very easy. So I went live today. On Facebook. I found Stacey's link, by the way. That's why I was on her page. So when I went live today, if I want to share this Facebook link, see how I hit those 3 dots right there? Let me zoom in.
Well, it's just because I'm on my phone now, so I can't really see that well. But I'll if I have to, I'll go back and look at the replay.
Okay. Well, they're right here in this right corner of the image, and this is really anything. You can typically share anything, but top right corner, click those 3 dots, copy link, come over to your tab. Okay, I'm in my account, whether it's on the app or whatever, and so I just put your homework in here. You would just click reply. Paste your link in there so we can see you did what you said. And this is where we're gonna be tracking, y'all. We're gonna be tracking. So each week from here on out, I want you to bring one thing to every Thursday. Bring one thing you're planning to do for the following week. And you can bring more if you're zealous or your time opens up or whatever. But we don't want to overwhelm ourselves. We do want to give ourselves grace, but we do want to see some momentum. We're not just here for kicks and giggles, unless that's what you just need. You know, sometimes you just need sister support that, you know, man, I'm going to be in charge. But if you have things you need to be intentional about and you need accountability in this season, then that's what this log is for, which is why I'm not going to add everybody because everyone's in different places. But if you say, I need accountability, I have certain goals I need to complete, you will have a tab here. And everybody coming in will have a tab I create so that we can track with you. So that when you look back like, oh, I've been in this group for 6 months. I have done X, Y, and Z. We'll be able to just look at the timestamps. Okay? Right. Okay, cool. So I'm going to let Miss Stacy share a few things, and we're going to close out real quick. Stacy, I'm a spotlight on you, and if you like to, we're calling this the circle time. Circle it up. She is going to highlight something she's working on. She kind of alluded to it a little bit earlier, and get some insight from you all. And I'll make a post as well for those who are not in the community to hopefully chime in as well. But go ahead and give us some insight.
Well, what I am doing is in preparation for the Ohio Black Expo, I will be launching the Consummate Planner. And what I'm going to be doing is starting off with my handmade journals. And so I have been working on covers, and as I had showed you all before, I had come up with these years ago. And so I had to go back and how you write all your stuff down and all your ideas and your thoughts. And so these, I had to dig back in my treasure chest. Because this is the time, the Lord said, this is the time for these now. And so the other thing that I thought about, and Amber had suggested getting some feedback from the group, is just some thoughts and ideas about some of the types of like notebook covers or sayings and things that people might be interested in buying. And so I guess the place that I am now is just mapping out like what those journals are. And so the covers will really be, I think, more a reflection of the creativity that the Lord has given me. Because one of the things that he said to me was that I was going to have not a brand, but a signet. And so I really am like running with that. So the thing that I think would be helpful is really if there are specific ideas that go along with some of the themes, like, I'm going to be doing just some plain notebooks, but also some planners and journals that are very specific. Like they will have sections for people that want to, take sermon notes or just want to jot their ideas. Like I said, I made my daughter a travel journal for when she goes out of town. I'm going to be doing, or I have done journals for couples, for like a prayer journal for newborns. I did, seems like I did another one. I just recently did a personalized journal, actually for my mom for her birthday. And so I'm going to be doing some of those types of things, and some of them will be very uniform and some of them will not be at all. Some of them will be very one of a kind. And so there's going to be a combination. So just kind of like I showed you these, like some of the graphics and things like that, what would be helpful is if I can share some of these and get your feedback, like on the different ways, like the different treatments of the covers. So I'll share those with Amber, and then we can kind of figure out what's the best way to share it with the group to get feedback. But I'm very excited. I was excited yesterday just working on it because, again, going back in that treasure trove and pulling up the things that, and putting together with, oh, this is what that was for. When the Lord gave me an idea, this is where this goes. And then actually seeing it. So that's the plan.
Yes.
And, yeah, I love it.
Now, why don't you talk a little bit more about the consummate planner? Like, give us a quick synopsis of what is that, why, how does that connect to your background, and what's your end goal?
Okay, so the consummate planner. So if you look up the word consummate, and this is going to be one of the covers to one of my notebooks. Consummate has to do with every detail, like, and my tagline is attending to every detail. But when you look it up in the dictionary, there's 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 a definition that means like to consummate a marriage. That's not what we're talking about. But consummate is an adjective that just describes, and I'll say it here, showing a high degree of skill, complete or perfect, complete in every detail. And so that's really what it is about. And for me, I really enjoy bringing people together for different things, whether it's business, personal, corporate, private, celebrations, strategic planning, whatever it is. Bringing people together is just a passion of mine, and I'm pretty good at it. And I've done it for a long time in different ways. Like, I've planned meetings for 1,000 people. I've planned meetings for 10 people. I've planned family reunions. I've planned parties. I've planned, conferences and trainings and all kinds of things. And I just enjoy doing that. And so that's where I'm going with this. And then the creative part of me, is taking that and creating some tools and resources. That's where the planners, that's where the journals and notebooks come in, because we need those things as part of what we do. And even if it's like a meeting or a round table or a town hall, or any of these types of things, those tools are like part and parcel to that. So I like both ends. I like the strategy part of it. I like the details part of it, but I also like having tools and things that help us to capture and memorialize, and just have something to help us remember those particular events. And so that is basically it. I enjoy the planning process, but I also want to help people to become the consummate planner. So the idea isn't I'm the consummate planner. I mean, I can be, but it's also it's an adjective, but it's a noun. The consummate planner is the person who is planning the event, that they're complete in every detail. So that's it.
Awesome.
Congratulations, Stacy. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, congratulations. She's been working on the behind the scenes, in front of the scenes. Super proud of you. Can't wait to help continue to push it out. So, yes, email me whatever you have, or you can just go into the Hey Girl Hey and drop that stuff in there and say, hey ladies, what do you think about this or that? How, if you want to do it that way, that's fine as well. I don't have to send it out. But when you post in the group, by the way, it will always ask you want to, and I don't know if it gives you guys the same access, but it gives me access to notify you. Since I'm the admin, it always gives me that option. I don't know if you get that, but either way, if it does not, just tag people. That's what I typically do, so you guys get notified. But very good. Also want to end by saying, if you have anything else, so like Carmen, if you start doing your cooking stuff and you have recipes and you're just wondering like which one would you most commonly be open to, if you were going to hire somebody to help you with cooking or whatever, which of these recipes would you be most interested in trying. Like, let's use each other outside of this live time, because our live time is going to be a lot less than our online time, right? But I do want to encourage us to use the group more than just for our prayer times or whatever. Like, if you have a prayer request, put it out there, let us know. Like, we're going to do a lot more interacting, I think, offline than online. I'm sorry, off of the camera, but more online, and that's okay. That's the goal of the community. So any final thoughts before we close out for today? No,
I don't think so.
Okay, I hope y'all feel like this was worth your time.
Yeah, absolutely.
We will probably start integrating some trainings as well as DreamWork time as I see that's needed. So if we don't need DreamWork time right now, it's still going to say DreamWork because we're still working things out and learning things as we go. But it's going to look different from week to week depending on what our needs are. Right now, everybody's homework is pay attention to the accountability log. I may add some other things in there outside of what you said today. And I will ping you or text you to let you know I did if you don't respond. And then I'll check in with all the other ladies to see where they're at and if they want to be a part of the whole accountability thing. And if not, we let people do what they need to do as they need to do it. So, but thank you, ladies, for your time. I'm going to say a quick prayer. We're going to bounce out of here. Father, we bless you for our time together, our fellowship, our growing sisterhood. We thank you that we are here with the heart of wanting to be intentional with the time you give us in this earth and with the abilities and the resources that you afforded us. Lord, I pray for each of these women that as they go throughout the remainder of their week and into their weekend, that they will continue to remember to pause. To just pause, to give themselves grace, as one of our sisters said tonight, to give themselves grace, give themselves mercy. Another one of our ladies was saying to speak to herself and pray over herself. I pray that all these little nuggets that we hear will be encouraging to us as we go through the next couple of days, and we won't forget to pray for ourselves. We won't forget to check in on ourselves as we're helping our mothers, our fathers, our kids, our grandkids. We do all these things and sometimes just forget about ourselves. So I pray, God, that you remind us to take care of ourselves, to pray and seek you for the different avenues and the direction, for your wisdom, for your guidance and everything concerning our home life as wives, as mothers, as caregivers, as leaders, as business owners. Whatever we do, Lord, help us to continue to seek your guidance and help us to continue to do all that we do as unto you, knowing that great is your reward. Hallelujah. And all that we do, let us please you, Lord, is our prayer. In Jesus' name, continue to cover us and keep us. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Well, thank you, ladies. Have a great rest of your night. And I will be in touch with you all individually. If I don't hear from you next Tuesday, same time, we're going to try to jump into prayer. And then next Thursday, same time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be back together. The link will be different each week. So please make sure you look at the respective date, because I create these broadcasts per day. It's not the same link, unlike my Zoom. So do check that out. And of course, if you have questions, let me know.
All right.
Have a great night, ladies.
You too. Bye-bye, y'all.
Love you too.